Breaking news tonight. A reveal that has never been seen before is shaking the financial world to its core. There are rumors that the Federal Reserve paid an unbelievable $10,000 for each XRP coin. Yes, you heard that right. $10,000 for each XRP. The number is so strange that it almost sounds like a story, but this is what we're facing tonight. To be clear, this isn't about Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's all about XRP, a cryptocurrency that has been ignored by its more well-known peers for a long time. Experts didn't believe in XRP for years, and it was highly regulated, attacked by authorities, and even made fun of by the rest of the financial world. A lot of people thought it would never amount to anything important. In spite of all the odds, we are now witnessing what could be the biggest financial leak of the decade, one that could permanently change the way we think about digital assets. I have in front of me a leaked, highly secret acquisition letter that has a federal seal on it and was signed by an unnamed division director deep in the US Treasury Department. This document clearly lays out a plan to buy strategic assets, saying things like acquire XRP at $10,000 per token as an emergency reserve asset. The wording is clear and sharp. If this information is true, it means that the Federal Reserve, which is the world's largest and most powerful bank, is actually buying XRP at this crazy high price. Not for $1, $5, or even $100. Each ticket costs $10,000. What this move means could send shockwaves through the whole world's banking system. Before you ignore this because you think it's crazy to be true, think about this. In a live chat that has since been removed, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is said to have said that they had no choice. The dollar is going down. Take a moment to think about that. And this comes from the CEO of a company that has been in a 6-year battle with the SEC. What does it mean? Either he's lying with the highest stakes, knowing full well what that kind of speech could mean for the law, money, and politics, or he's telling the truth and something very important is going on behind closed doors. The math behind this huge purchase needs to be looked at to see how the numbers really add up. There are 100 billion XRP tokens in circulation, which is an amazing number that makes this move possible. Of those, about 55 billion are in circulation right now and can be bought and sold by both individuals and businesses. Let's say the Federal Reserve chooses to buy 1 billion XRP tokens, which is 1% of the total supply, at a price of $10,000 each. It looks like a huge payment of $10 trillion, which would shock markets around the world. However, people who know about the situation say that the real amount given is only $550 billion, which is a lot less than the theoretical maximum. This makes me think that the deal may have been sealed a long time ago at prices that the public will never be able to get again. It may have been a private deal that only those involved knew about. Most people would find these numbers completely crazy and hard to believe. But for a government that can print trillions of dollars to save a fiat system that is about to fail, this kind of move is seen as a deal, a risk that is worth taking to keep the economy stable. In the end, this isn't about making money or trying to get ahead. Controlling world liquidity, making sure the system stays stable, and holding on to power are all important parts of this. And this is where it gets dark. There are a lot of secrets in the business world, but this one is especially scary. It is said that someone inside Coinbase leaked a private email with the subject line, "Emergency XRP Strategy, call 9 p.m. Eastern." This email wasn't meant for everyone to see. The message is scary. Make a plan for delisting and look into liquidity throttle choices with federal direction. What does that mean? It sounds like an organized plan to take over the market. It means that small sellers like you and me could be shut out before we know it. Just picture waking up to find all of your possessions frozen. Like with gold in 1933, when Executive Order 6102 told people they had to give up what they owned, history could be repeating itself. A controlled object may soon be made out of XRP. This would change the way we use digital monies in a big way. It could bring power closer together in ways that have never been seen before if it turns into a digital bridge currency used for global settlements between central banks and institutions. On open markets, it won't be able to trade easily. For the everyday investor, this has huge and far-reaching effects. Still don't believe this is possible? Just think about the crumbs. XRP has quietly teamed up with a lot of big banks like Santander, SBI, Bank of America, and more. Through its CBDC pilot projects, RippleNet has been bringing governments on board for more than 2 years. There was still no mention in the major news outlets, and there were no primetime CNBC interviews. It seemed like someone couldn't tell anyone about it until the right time. Now, there are rumors that an official announcement will be made in 72 hours. We may be on the verge of that moment. This isn't a joke coin pump. This isn't just YouTube BS. With XRP at the center, this could be the start of a new era in global banking. A lot of people won't believe it until it's too late. Do you think the big banks will call you and say, "Hey, we're setting XRP aside for you to buy"? They already bought it though. For months or even years, over-the-counter OTC deals have been settling behind closed doors. The number of big wallets is going through the roof. Massive merging can be seen in on-chain data. Retail is being shaken up while banks and other institutions get rich. Let's go back to the report that got out. People don't use the word emergency reserve asset without meaning it. That means XRP isn't just seen as a bridge token, it's also seen as a fail-safe in case fiat currencies fail, and it could be directly built into a national liquidity solution. If the Federal Reserve now considers XRP to be a reserve-grade tool, then we're no longer speculating. The end game has begun. The dollar is being attacked. There is a lot of inflation. Other countries are selling their funds. The BRICS countries are releasing digital assets backed by gold. What does the US do? Don't worry about anything. Just buy XRP. What will happen next? Based on the leaked Coinbase email, a coordinated trade freeze might be coming soon. If XRP is labeled as strategic, centralized exchanges might start to limit withdrawals, raise network fees, or even take the currency off their lists to protect national security. Do you remember what happened with Doge when Elon pumped him? Sites went down, trades didn't go through, and people were locked out. Imagine that, but make it happen. Also, most people won't tell you this. It has already begun. The amount of XRP traded on public exchanges has dropped by a huge amount, while action in wallets and escrows point to a lot of movement going on behind the scenes. The exchanges are dry, the money is going somewhere else, not to retail. XRP is being bought by governments like it's digital oil, and they're doing it before anyone else does. Some people think Brad Garlinghouse is getting ready for a media frenzy because he hasn't been active on social media lately. Others say he's met with government officials behind closed doors. Plus, there's the text message that was removed in which he said they had no choice, which is said out loud. The fall is already happening. More printing won't save the dollar. It needs a new way to move value around the world quickly and on a large scale, without using SWIFT or legacy lines. This is how XRP works. It's not necessary for you to believe me. Just look at the signs. The stories are changing. The regulator's silence, the settlement of the Ripple SEC case, the reclassification of XRP around the world, and its acceptance in Japan, Dubai, and Singapore are all dominoes. The last one is the Federal Reserve of the United States buying XRP at $10,000. What will happen when this story is confirmed by the mass media, but it's too late? What takes place when exchanges close down and only companies can play? What happens when the price goes from $1 to $500 in one night and no one can get liquidity? That's not a pump, that's a reset, a structural revaluation. That's when the biggest transfer of wealth in modern times happens. This could be your last chance to get in place before the gate closes. This is not financial advice or a promise, but ask yourself, what if even half of this is true? Are you ready? Thank you for reading this. Please like, follow, and share it with someone who needs to wake up. Stay ahead of the reset. Nota bene. Do not forget that I am not a professional financial advisor. The information in these movies is only meant to be entertaining. Before making any financial decisions, I always tell my viewers to do their own study and talk to professionals. Thanks for listening. Do not forget to hit the follow button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. Also, make sure the alerts are on so you know right away when I post something new. In the next movie, I can't wait to catch up with you.